So today I'm going to talk about cruising, and I don't know if anybody saw my newsletter that I sent out, but it was all about cruising, and the title was, "What's All This Fuss About Cruising?" Cruising is just a great way for everybody that wants to go on vacation to go away, but it's pinpointed to different groups, and there are 4 major types of cruises, and you will find one that is perfect for you, your family, your loved ones, whatever it is. So the first one is adventure and expedition cruising. They're usually, well, I'm going to read some of this just so I don't leave anything out. A true expedition cruise consists of a voyage plan and itinerary that has inbuilt flexibility and redundancy. For instance, in the capricious Antarctic waters, all activities and sightseeing is weather and ice dependent. So passengers are constantly reminded time and time again, and it's often common to end up docking someplace else because you can't get there because of the ice, or if it's a southern route, you can't get there because of the hurricane, whatever it is. There's always reasons to change your itinerary on an expedition. So a proper expedition vessel is more than just a small ship with zodiacs, because they all have zodiacs. A true vessel is designed for the intended conditions and equipped to deliver the experience upon arrival, whether it's weaving through disintegrating packs of ice or creeping past vivid coral atolls. Passengers aboard expedition vessels have come to expect expert guides and lecturers to help them interpret the rich culture and natural histories. It's really cool because on these ships you have instructors, you have academia, you have professors, you have experts that are there not only as the passengers, but oftentimes they're the guides. So when you get off the ships, they're talking to you, they're showing you, talking to you about the vegetation, the animals. It's really very, very cool. The new wave of adventure and expedition cruise operators are serving up some of the most exciting innovations in travel anywhere, not just in cruising. And it's really not about cruising at all. It's really about exploration, discovery, unrepeatable experiences, just one-of-a-kind adventure that you won't get any other way, and you're doing it by ship. So popular cruise lines for these are, and I have not heard of the Uncruise, Lindblad, National Geographic, and they're awesome. Silver Sea, because I booked them, One Ocean Expeditions, Abercrombie and Kent. So they're the ones that you would think of when you think of an expedition cruise. And it's great for families. If you want to go on a vacation and bring your family and your kids, it's learning, it's experiencing, and it's a vacation they will never ever forget. And it'll probably be once in a lifetime trip that you do with them. The next one is the ocean cruising, probably the most popular of all cruises. So if you want a ship that boasts swimming pools, whirlpools, baths, theaters, casinos, dining rooms, all this wonderful stuff, you want the big ocean liners. And they offer great value for you. You get probably the best deals on the large cruise lines. I mean, like super, there are always deals there. And it covers everything you need. Dining, the only thing usually you pay extra is your alcohol and your excursions. They are normally not included on big ocean cruises. But you get your daytime and evening entertainment. There's theaters on board. They have walls that you can climb, rock walls. They have just all kinds of stuff. And it's a great family vacation. There's something for everyone. They have teens clubs, little kids clubs. They've got adults clubs. You can all kind of go your own way and have fun and get together again in the evening for dinner. It's a great family vacation. It's really not that expensive, of course, depending on where you want to go and what ship you want to go on and what time of the year you want to go. There's always high seasons, low seasons. Obviously, peak seasons in the Caribbean would be our winter season. That's when people want to get away. The prices are a lot more expensive than if you go in July during the hurricane season. But they, you still can go. So you have to take into consideration who you're traveling with, their age groups, where you want to go, the time of the year, and then you can determine what the budget will be for you. But there usually are always deals. Obviously, the later you wait, you probably won't get deals. They usually don't come to get deals. Popular large ocean cruise lines include Royal Caribbean, Norwegian Cruise Lines, Cunard, Princess, MSC Cruises, Disney, Carnival, Celebrity, and I've booked a lot of these cruises, and they're pretty good to work with. Then you've got your luxury cruising, which I have not been on, but it's on my bucket list. So if a cruise vacation is a dream, then a true luxury cruise is like a fantasy. So like all lines, the luxury lines are growing, and they are growing, and they need passengers to fill them. So every now and then you'll get a deal, but they are by far more expensive than your ocean liner. Now the expedition cruises, they're expensive because you got to go to places like Galapagos, Costa Rica, Hawaii, so they are going to be more expensive. Luxury cruisers are expensive as well. First, because you get first class, personalized service. I mean, when you go on board, they know your name before you hardly step off the gangplank. Everybody, every member. You can expect exotic themes. You'll go to places that cruise ships normally don't go to because these are smaller ships, like into ports and areas that large ships will not get into. You have fine wines, gourmet dining that you typically don't get on some of the other ships. The bigger ships will not be into the gourmet dining, although some of the big ships have specialized restaurants that for an extra fee, which is usually not a lot of money, it could be $25 to $30 per person per meal, you can upgrade and have a more gourmet type of dining versus sitting with everybody in this great big room. Smaller luxury cruise ships provide more personal service, more personal space. It's more about you. It's really more about you than the ship. The cabins are larger. They usually all have balconies. Dining is usually open seating. Drinks and wines are usually included as well. And I'm talking upscale wines and alcohol, premium, not, run-of-the-mill stuff. If you, like, for instance, if you want shrimp cocktail and steak at midnight served to your room, your cabin, you'll get it, more than likely. The advantage of a luxury cruise comes down to 4 basic points. There's no waiting in lines, and there's more space for passengers. You have more personal attention from a proportionately larger staff. On a luxury cruise, there are usually 2 crew members for every 3 passengers. On a regular cruise, it's 1 crew member for every 2 passengers, so you have more staff taking care of you. It's a more sophisticated group of fellow passengers, so you're really cruising with people who typically have the money. You'll rarely see children. It's not a children family cruise. It's really for adults, and it's really for people who have money. And it's no nickel and diming. You pay one price, and it may seem like a lot, but it includes everything. I mean everything, even tours, the dining, everything. So it's a great way to go. Popular luxury cruise lines include Silver Sea, Regent, Port-Gagon, Seabourn, Crystal, Oceania, Sea Dream Yacht Club, Ponant, Windstar, Abercrombie, and Kent. And I've booked some of them. I've been on a Windstar cruise from Lisbon to Barcelona, which was pretty awesome. So that's a great thing. And the last cruise is your river cruising. And so if you want to get away from your conventional cruises, and whether you want something cultural or not, river cruising is a great way to cruise. More and more of these river cruises are becoming family oriented. So you've got Disney doing some river cruises now. You've got, there's a couple of the cruise lines that are really earmarking the whole experience to families, because it is a great way to see places intimately, because you're in rivers in Europe or China or Russia or someplace around the world, and you go into places you'll never ever get to by sea, not in a million years. It gives you more time in the destination with local guides, because I've been on them. They're great. River cruising allows travelers to interact with the local cultures. Ultimately, you broaden your perspectives with understanding all about that particular town or that particular country. There's no waves. You always see the shoreline, so anybody that's afraid of getting seasick, you will never get seasick, because it's a very gentle way to cruise. You don't have lines to get in and off the ship. You just kind of like come and go. It's really quite easy. On river cruises, you see the captain daily in the wheelhouse or dining room. The hotel director is always in the lobby or otherwise nearby, and the cruise manager is always accessible, either at his or her lobby desk or on shore supervising the tours or at the daily port talks. What a lot of people like that river cruise, they like the proximity of the captain. He's kind of always there. You can talk to him. It's kind of really cool. And you can visit him in the wheelhouse anytime you want. So popular river cruise lines are Viking, Talc, Uniworld, Avalon Waterways, Emerald Waterways, Lufner, Scenic Tours, and Amo Waterways. And I've probably booked about half of those for my clients, and they're really quite awesome. So cruising is a great, different kind of a vacation if you want to experience it. And if people say I don't like cruising, I will guarantee you there's one that will fit you perfectly, and you will totally love it. Plus you unpack once, that's it. It's kind of nice. Does anybody have any questions? Yes?
In the last couple of years, there's been a lot going on with the cruises they see on the news, whether it be a boat sinking or a boat stalling or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you seen a reduction in people? No.
Nope.
Has it brought the prices down because of that?
Not really, because what happens is, okay, so we don't want to go on this cruise ship line because they don't have a really good record, but these guys are really great, nothing happens, and I'll go to a different part of the world. You've just got so many other options to fall back on.
Have you been on the Kiwi too?
No, but I want to. I've got a friend that does. I really want to, but that is my bucket list. I probably would never come back. Anyhow, now that you know what an amazing travel agent Judy is, do everything you can to bring her business.